The activities here are mainly accepting a work package, executing a work package, and delivering a work package. So it's quite simple. The team manager accepts the work packages authorized by the PM to them, and they will accept and approve that they are fine to implement the work packages or produce those work packages. Secondly, execute, meaning they will produce them, they will deliver the work packages which may have one or more products. They will do the development on that and also send the periodic reports to the PM, the checkpoint reports. And eventually when the work package or the set of products in a work package are ready, they will be handed over to the project manager using the instructions defined in the work package. So simple picture to understand it. There's a close connection of managing product delivery, the lower rectangular box, connecting with the controlling a stage process, which is the project manager's process. So as soon as from the controlling a stage, authority to deliver work package is passed on to the team manager, it triggers the accept a work package, where the team manager will negotiate with the PM and then accept the work package as is, or may negotiate a different timeline or other aspects of a work package, meaning the work package is approved by the team manager. Then they will execute, as just explained, and they will deliver and the completed work package. During execution, reports are also sent, the checkpoint reports to the project manager, while continuing development on the product. These are the details for this process, managing product delivery as required by the practitioner exam. You will find much more information beyond this in the PRINCE2 manual. And these are the responsibilities also required to be known for the practitioner exam. However, the manual may be referred during the practitioner exam. There are two more processes under PRINCE2, and these are managing a stage boundary and closing a project. Let's cover managing a stage boundary first. Also known as SB in brief, stage boundary, to enable the project manager to provide the project board with information which will enable review of current stage success, approval of next stage plan, review of updated project plan, and confirmation of business justification and acceptability of risk. So a lot of information is presented by the project manager to the project board, by which the project board can review all this information and authorize the next stage. There is no boundary at the close of a project, as you can imagine. The information which is provided by the PM to the board are the current stage summary and the updated project plan, meaning the actual performance of the project plan is also provided, and also confirmation of also the updated business case, meaning the performance summary of the business case, because this will allow the board to approve the next stage plan, and board will understand the current stage status, and board can also confirm that the business is still justified and the risks are still acceptable to the project before moving ahead. This process should be performed at or close to end of each stage, meaning exactly at the close of a stage. If it's an easier process, if it's an easier activity, or if it's a more elaborate, it should start slightly before the close of the stage, except the final stage where activities of the entire project, including final stage performance, are reviewed. So meaning there is no stage boundary in the last stage, because the project is going to close, there will be no further stages. Another purpose of this process is when the stage is forecast to exceed tolerances, the project manager or the project as part of the project management will raise an exception reports to the project board, who may ask for the current stage plan to be replanned as an exception plan for approval by the project board. So there are a lot of things here. What it really means is when there is an exception, when the project manager detects that a stage is going out of tolerance, maybe it is going to exceed the time limit or a cost limit or benefits or risk scope or quality targets, meaning they are out of bounds of the tolerances, then an exception would occur. Therefore, an exception report will be sent by the PM to the project board. At that point, the project board may accept the exception, or in other cases, they may ask for an exception plan, asking the PM how the exception will be managed, either through extending the stage to a further timeline, or by adding more budget or requesting more budget, or by avoiding the exception by doing something creatively. Objectives of the stage boundary process. Assure the project board that all products of the current stage have been completed and approved. Prepare stage plan for the next stage. Review and update if necessary the PID of which, in particular the business case, project plan, project approaches, project management, team structure, and role description. What it really means is the stage boundary process is trying to assure the project board that products in this stage have been completed, meaning they have been developed properly, they have been tested, they have been also been reviewed by the team managers, which is a good sign so that the stage can be considered as completed and the next stage can be authorized. Therefore, it actually preparing, it makes it ready for the next stage. And for that purpose, the project manager will also prepare a stage plan for the next stage, meaning the PM will clarify what are the work packages and products to be delivered in the next stage, along with any other critical activities which can be highlighted to the project board, and things like resource plans, etc. Therefore, at this point, the PM will review the PID, which has lots of information, and will update the performance section in the PID, which means the performance of the business case, performance of the project plan, and the story regarding how the project approaches are working. For example, whether outsourcing is working or not, whether upgrading the new project or building a new product is working out well as per strategy or not, or whether the waterfall and agile methodologies are working appropriately or not as decided during the starting up of a project, or any other special considerations like security aspects, etc., are working well or not, and the team structure, whether it requires any changes or not. It is particularly important to know that the project management team structure and role descriptions should be reviewed in the stage boundary, because there may be changes to appointment of personnel for the next stage. For example, there may be a change to a project manager. In certain industries, in every phase, they will bring in a different project manager based on their experience for that stage. In other industries, they may change certain personnel based on the skill levels required in every stage. And usually this review of roles and appointments should not be done anytime during the stage, but highly recommended to be done at the end of every stage. By doing all this, the PM is providing information to the project board to assess continuing viability of the project, whether the project is still desirable, achievable, and desirable, viable, and achievable. Desirable meaning, are the costs and the benefits still balanced with the risks? Is the project technically feasible? Does the organization still have the capacity and the capability to deliver? And lastly, if the product is delivered, will it still be used properly so that the benefits can be derived? Which means there may be some check on the readiness of operations to accept the product and to use the product properly. Also, record any lessons that can help in later stages of the project and/or other projects. Request authorization to start the next stage. This is where the PM requests authorization to begin the next stage.